Hey guys, I'm Tam, and in case you haven't noticed, we're all on a learning journey to the soul. Yeah, I'm working on my intro, I guess. So, I wanted to talk about some topics that seem to be quite taboo in my country, in Lebanon. And I don't know, I feel like really, I feel like my purpose is to just like break out all the taboos that could exist in a country or like in the world in general. And it's like basic things that everyone knows, but just like no one truly speaks about it. At least not there, or at least not in my experience. Like I would have liked it if somebody would have told me anything about these topics that I'm about to talk about. And yeah, so stick around in case you resonate. So, I mostly wanted to talk about sexuality for today. And I know that for a lot of people it's a very taboo subject in Lebanon because like it's still pretty much a religious country, and even if you got like people who are so open-minded, when it comes to their culture they get closed off easily, especially parents too, because like I have come to realize with a lot of observation that most parents feel entitled towards their children, as if like they own them, and like as if their children needed to be their perfect little puppets. There are two dogs playing behind me. Cute. Yeah. So like, it's like they feel entitled to their children, and what should I say on that? First of all, please, children, and like even people my age, I'm like 23, I'm not that old, but I mean, anyone, you're free to do whatever the heck you want with your own body, and it doesn't make you a bad person. And this whole religious concept, okay, like people have always tried to teach me about religion, like especially like my close friends, environment and everything, but I've never been able to stick to it. It's like it never truly got in, you know what I mean? Like I never felt it deeply. It's like I don't have religious parents, I have religious grandparents who try to teach me their ways, but truly I've always been quite free to like create my own belief around spirituality, so to speak. And like ever since I was really young, I used to talk to God, but in my own language. And I truly felt like the more I got into my heart, the more I felt this true connection, and it didn't feel right to me to have to like what is the word? Reciter? Just like speak out loud some already written prayers, because like first of all, when they're in Arabic, I wouldn't truly understand what I was saying, and so it was just like having a history exam where I had to just like orally say anything I learned from that book, and yeah, it didn't feel right to me. I had to like create my own words that truly resonated with who I was and truly had meaning to me, because like in life I cannot do anything that doesn't have meaning to me. I need to have a certain meaning on everything I do, a certain purpose, whatever it is, even if it's just like tapping into my heart and doing it for the sake of doing it because it makes me feel good. Yeah, any type of meaning that helps me feel truly connected to my own soul and heart. And yeah, so in religion, the fact, like, truly, if I was religious, I'd be thinking that I'd be going to hell now, because like I'm tattooed, I've already had sex, I've kissed someone before marrying anyone. I'm not married yet, and like, yeah. But no, like, I came to realize that I was already living in my own hell, and somehow I had to get out of this loop of that was created by my own subconscious mind and conscious mind too. And then I realized like heaven and hell are like concepts that are far deeper than just like actual places you'd go to when you die. Now, if you believe in religion, like, please don't continue my video, because this is gonna be triggering and you won't be okay with anything I'm saying, and you won't even like understand what I'm talking about, or you just think that I'm ignorant. So yeah. But I don't care. If you're choosing to watch this video, then it's at your own risks, and yeah, I don't want anyone to be just like attacking me on anything, because like you can attack me if you want to. It will just show how immature you are. But anyways, what I wanted to say is that, like, yeah, just religion never stuck to me. I never got stuck to it. Like, you get what I mean. And I truly have found deep purpose and meaning in my own spirituality, until I realized that spirituality is actually a thing. But I've been doing it ever since I was young. And it's just to say that spirituality and like believing in a higher power and everything is not much about just like believing books and believing and just like following rules that have already been written. It's much deeper than that. It's like something that you've actually lived and felt. Like when I was young, I used to see a woman of light, a light body being, which to me was a feminine body, who used to watch me sleep every night, and I used to tell my mom about it. And like from time to time I still see stuff, like randomly. It would be just like when I'm so in my heart, so uplifted, that I'd see certain things. Like, that's not the subject, that could be another subject, but it's actual experience of seeing stuff that made me believe even more. And like, I don't know, I was able to experience it very young. Doesn't mean that I used to see spirits all the time, but the fact that I saw something helped me believe in another realm, at least, and a source creator. And like, it wasn't much about people telling me about it. It was more of a feeling also that I had within. It's like I've always felt connected to something without really knowing what, and I've always just tried to follow that connection until it led me somewhere. And like, people have always told me that I was so lucky in my life, but the truth is I don't believe it. Like, I believe everyone could be this lucky just if they listened to whatever was speaking to them. You know what I mean? Like, you get an inner feeling about something and you don't really know why, and sometimes like people will call you a little crazy, but you're like, oh, you know, I feel it. I don't know why, I feel it, so I gotta do it, I gotta try. And then you jump into this experience, and you'll be like, well, god damn, I'm really happy I didn't have a plan B, because this plan A, that was the only plan, was like much better than anything I'd expect. And slowly but surely you start to listen a little bit more to that sound, and like, even if it sounds too woo-woo to some people, you realize that it's actually working. And then you're just like, well, if I go someplace, I'll just believe that I'll be safe and I'll be fine. And then, like, I'm just safe and I'm fine. Whereas someone else could go and could have a very terrible experience there. Like, for instance, there was this one time in Africa where we were next to the lagoon. I don't know how to call it in English. I'll just say lake, like big water. Big water stuff next to the sand. Damn, I need to practice more English. It's okay. It'll come eventually. And like, I was walking way past where we were staying at for the night. Genre les chalets. I don't know how to say it in English, sorry. And well, it got dark pretty fast, and I was like mesmerized by the stars, you know, and like just walking by pretty carelessly until I realized, wait, I don't know how to get back to our place, like where we were supposed to stay at for the night. And thankfully I had my phone, so I started like calling my brother, and he'd be like, well, if you went to left, you should go right, and then if you went to right, you should go left, and you'll find it. You'll be fine. And I don't know why. Maybe I panicked too much, but I forgot what was left and what was right. So when I thought I was going left, I was actually going right, and when I was like, well, maybe I should go left, maybe I should go right, then I was actually going left, and it was like a never-ending cycle where I couldn't get back to our place. And there were those like people from the village, you know, on a big I don't know, ATV, like those big motorcycles where they have like 4, damn, how do we call them? Let's just call them big motorcycles for the sake of like timing and everything. And like there were maybe 4 or 5 on it. And I started like hiding in the bushes and walking, because I was also in my swimwear. And actually, like, my brother told me if they saw you, they would have taken you to the village, because it was just like next to the beach, to the lake thingy. And like, they live there, okay? Like, they're more wild than normal people from the center of the country, that's so to say. So like, they would have just seen like kind of a naked body that they could like embark with them and like, I don't know, just like do their thing, you know. That was pretty I was so scared, maybe, yeah, because like I couldn't find my way back. But I felt like it's okay, they won't see me, and I'm protected and everything. And so I started walking, you know, like between the bushes and everything, and I was scared. And so like, my brother had the lights on his phone, and he started waving, like, so that I could see him eventually if I crossed next to it. But like, once it gets dark in there, it's like, it like really gets dark. So yeah, eventually I found him, I was safe and everything. Just to say that if I panicked, so, and I was just like, well, that's it, I'm dead, like they're gonna see me, they're gonna take me, maybe they would have truly seen me. And maybe I would have, I don't know, fell onto the bushes, so they would have heard maybe something, and maybe they would have come to see, and then they would have found me. And yeah, all of that just to say, once you believe something, it happens eventually. Like, maybe another example, more practical one, might be of more use. I was doing product design in Lebanon, and I truly didn't like it. Like, I did 1 year, and at the end of the year I was like, fuck it, I want to go to France, I want to study jewelry design and stuff like that. Like, I was in this mindset, and I simply told the university in which I was in that I was done. Like, we already paid for the second year, but then like I just asked them to give it back, and I didn't even look back. I didn't even try to wait to see if I would be accepted in France. And then in France, like the school I tried to get into, I applied and everything, and then they were like, oh damn, like there was a problem on the papers, the due time has already passed. It was supposed to be, I don't know, it was written July or something, and it was already done in June, and we were way past June. But they still took me because I believed it. To me, like, in my mind, I was just going to France. There's no plan B. I'm going there. I'm just going there. You know? What the fuck you're talking about? I'm going there. Like, just don't try to tell me about a plan B or whatever. Like, what? Why? Why would I even think about it? I don't want it. I just want to go there. So eventually I went there, and they took me, and like, yeah, here I am again. Today, here I am. So yeah. So I guess like that's what the law of attraction is all about. Just like creating your own luck. You are your own luck, just because you believe that wherever you're going, it's gonna happen. Like, you know it's gonna happen. So it happens, you know? It's not just in your head. It's like you feel it. You feel quite like entitled to it without truly being entitled, without the whole ego thing, you know? It's more of a, well, I deserve it. I'm going there. That's what I want. Like right now I have a goal. That's the goal. And that's it. And it happens. Like, you just let it happen, just like magic. Truly. What was I talking about that? I think I got all over the place again, as I'm used to. But that's okay. I was talking about sexuality at first. Why did we get into, hey, Jiggy Doggy? Yeah, I was talking about sexuality at first. Why did I get here? Let's get back to sexuality, shall we? Alright, so sexuality. Yeah. So when I was in Lebanon, like my first really serious boyfriend, I used to be afraid to like even hold his hand when we were walking around next to my school, for example, or even kiss him in public, like on the mouth, because it was taboo and like not truly well regarded. Is that the expression we use? Like, you wouldn't be well seen if you were kissing your boyfriend on the streets or in a cafe or in front of anyone, truly. Like, I don't know now if it changed, but back then, like, we were young. We were like, I was like 14 maybe, so like, yeah, we're still young too, so it's quite, for this country, I guess it's quite normal to be afraid of people judging you and everything. But yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about parents being entitled to their children and everything. So yeah, sorry, I think about a lot of stuff at the same time, so sometimes I forget what I'm talking about and I jump around from subject to subject. Bear with me. I can do it. I can do it. Damn. Alright. Yeah. It's like, once you get out of the country, like I did, you start to change perspective over sexuality and stuff like that. And you start to see how fucked up this mentality is. Oh, we were talking about... I was talking about religion, spirituality and everything. So to say... Oh, yeah. Now I know why I did all this roundabout tea. So, in a country that's too religious, you use fear upon people so that they consciously choose to act well, you know, based on a conscious choice of cause and effect. They'd be like, well, if I have sex before marriage, at least for women, then I'll go to hell. I don't want to go to hell. Or there's also this societal norm where, like, you can't find a husband if you're not a virgin because he wouldn't get you. He wouldn't take you. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Okay? Like, why would my husband not have to be a virgin while I'll have to be a virgin? You're not a saint. Why would you need a saint? And I don't think a guy actually wants a saint in his life. Like, okay, it might look cute and everything. I was a saint with people here. They didn't like it that much. Yeah, societal norms and everything. And... yeah, I'm thinking. I forgot what I was talking about, sorry. I don't know what kind of impact what I'll have on this world. And I don't know all the people that might stumble upon my videos one day. And I don't know if those same people are gonna ban me from coming to my own country one day. Like, you know, people of power, if they ever stumble upon my videos, which I think they will eventually, because I'm not scared of talking about inappropriate topics. But if it happens, and if it so happens that they, like, keep me from coming to my own country, that'll be very sad. But it will just show how much of control freaks they are, and how much they don't want people to know the truth about how they're being controlled based on rules that they have to follow, and how they're all just ruled by fear, economically wise, like politics, oh my god, politics. I have never understood why people are so attached to politics in Lebanon. Why is it that anytime you meet someone, they have to ask you where you're from, what you are, what your parents are, both religiously speaking, and then what political party you're in, you belong to. Like, bitch, please, okay? These are just words, just names, just like whatever titles that were written on a piece of paper when I was born, that I never asked for. I never asked for it, you know? Maybe my soul did ask for it as a means to evolve or something. Like, my soul did ask to be in a specific family, at least that's what I believe, in this specific family, to get triggered in certain ways in order to understand certain rules and understand myself a little bit more, because it might be projecting whatever my soul was already carrying from previous lives, because I do believe in reincarnation. It's been proven scientifically, so yeah, go do your researches. If you're thinking that I'm talking about some nonsense, I don't have time for this. I'm just here to talk about whatever the heck I want to talk about. If you don't like it, it's okay. I'm not begging you to watch this video. I'm doing it for my own entertainment first, and yeah. Sorry for being the, what is it, party pooper? I don't know. I'm trying to use like expressions that I don't even know how to use sometimes. I'm sorry, I'm just trying. Yeah. Yeah. What was I talking about? Yeah, politics. Like, why is it that even friends at school, like, whenever there used to be little conflicts between people, they just take the part of the people who had the same political party, just because, yeah, like we're together in this, you know, like you and me, we're the same. Like, bitch, what? Aren't you the same as I am, as anyone on this planet is, just because you're a human? Have you forgotten that we come from the same two people? Before having this whole humanity thing, there were just two people on Earth. At least I think so. Or maybe a society just came out of thin air all of a sudden and boom, humanity was there. But anyways, there's only one source creator. And to me, at least, we all come from it. So, like, stop fucking around with politics, with religion, with anything that was just made to divide us, divide people. Like, first of all, why? Does it truly sound logical to you that you and your neighbor would be different just because of politics? And wouldn't have to help each other, wouldn't have to give each other a helping hand, a loving heart, a warming presence, just because you don't have the same political values. Like, why? And, like, I'm sorry to say it, but Lebanese people, as long as you keep this in mind, as long as you keep repeating the same cycle of, yeah, but like, you know, my political leader is better than yours, and yeah, he's giving me $100, you know, like, so that I can sustain my family and everything. So yeah, he's like a god on earth, knowing that they are the reason of your suffering and the reason for why this country is so fucked up. Like, why there are so many imbalances in this country. Like, don't you get it? Didn't you get it yet? Like, your children see it. Don't you see it? Aren't you tired of this bullshit? Wouldn't you like it if you let go of your ego for a little while, of you being ahead of everyone else just because, yeah, now you can eat, you can have the car that you want, the house that you want, everything, and like keep your family safe, but at the cost of everyone else's lives. Aren't you tired of this bullshit? Truly. Like, I'm talking about Lebanese people, but truly it could be anyone on this planet. Like, anyone who's following leaders who thinks that he's entitled to more than anyone else is. Like, and don't misunderstand me. You can dream of having all the luxuries that you want in this planet, on Earth. Like, you were meant to come and enjoy your life here on Earth. Okay, I was supposed to talk about sexuality, but I think it's gonna be another topic, more in depth. I don't know why I'm talking about inequalities now, but that's what we're going with. Intuition is coming in, so yeah, it's not even intuition, it's just like words coming from my mouth without me thinking, so yeah. Sorry. I'll try to be more... Actually, I can't be like that. I need to be free-flowing. That's how my words can impact a little bit more, because like I feel them and they come to life, and then I realize what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's a little weird. I'm weird. I'm starting to accept it. So yeah, you're just gonna have to bear with me if you're watching this video. I didn't make you watch it. You chose to watch it. So thank you for that, buddy. Yeah. I was talking about inequalities. And what? And yeah, like, you can have all the luxuries that you want on Earth. Your soul came for the sole purpose of enjoying itself here on Earth. But the thing is, you also need to remember your true purpose and not get stuck into material things. Like, not get stuck on material things as if it was the only important thing that you have here on Earth. Like, money comes and goes, okay? People who have a great job, like whatever you could think of, like the highest position at one of the greatest companies, and have the most money you could dream of having as an employee. And then all of a sudden, economics could happen to be a little tight or bad or whatever. And then this company would need to release some people. And even if you were a pretty loyal employee who was there for many years, well, they'd eject you because you're the one who costs them the most because of your experience. And they'd think that it would be better for them to just like keep the newbies, because at least they don't have to pay that much. And then you lose your job and your money. So yeah. Like, money comes and goes, material things come and go. You buy some, you lose some, you give some away, you sell some away again. You don't need much to live on this planet, you know, like as long as you have food on your table, water to drink, and a place to sleep. Like, you could even sleep in nature. Okay, some people do that and they actually enjoy it. So like, truly, you just have two basic needs, and the rest is luxury. Like, even you having going to school and everything, it's a luxury. It is. Like, society made you think that it was a necessity, but it's a necessity for you to sustain living in a society that's just a matrix that people have created together. You could create another matrix if you want, something that you enjoy a little bit more and that would be much better for you. Like, for example, you'd be, yeah, sorry, kids have yeah, sorry, I just got, I forgot what I was saying because some kids just said hi. What was I saying? Like, yeah, you could create another matrix, like my dream, and I hope we could create something like it one day. Like, first of all, yeah, I'd like to be a millionaire, but because I want to create so much in this world and change the world so much that I know I need to have money in order to do it. Like, for example, I'd love, that's my dream, I'd love to buy a land, okay, a huge land where many people could live in, okay, like I'd call it, I don't know if it exists already, but the free land. Okay, where like we'd grow our own food, we'd have water, everything we need, plenty of it, and people are responsible enough to like take parts in in this society. Like, it's not even a society, it would be like a community. Like, I don't know, they used to do it, I don't know when, I forgot. I'm not good with dates, but you probably know what I'm talking about. But anyways, like, have a huge land, and then we don't need money anymore because we grow our own food, we have our animals if people want to eat meat, I don't know, we have farms and lands and everything, and people are, it's a self-sufficient, it would be a self-sufficient land, and people would be able to just like do whatever the fuck they want, just enjoy nature and enjoy their own being, and this belonging in a true mature community. And I don't know, it might be too woo-woo, but there's something in my eye. But we could like have special places where we can like meditate, and that's how we medicate. Sorry, and focus on developing our psychic abilities and everything, because I truly believe that we can all communicate telepathically, and that we can all have like clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience and everything, and be even closer and closer to like those other realms, see them, feel them, interact with them, even aliens. Like, I believe in them. Like, I'm sorry, okay, but I see them. I don't see them maybe physically, but like they appear to me in, like, I take a picture and then it looks like an alien. I see them on the floor, I see them on a tree, I see them quite everywhere. And someone who works at the Louvre, you know, like this huge museum in Paris, he told me that they have lots of hidden ancient, I don't know, maybe tablets, statues or anything, and scriptures that show that aliens truly exist, that people have already had true communication with them, and that just simply shows the true link between the society and aliens. And so yeah, but like he usually doesn't speak about it to anyone because like they think he's crazy. But yeah, like to me it's just a reality. We're not alone in this universe, and just thinking that we are is the greatest lie we could ever possibly do to humanity, because that's how also we start feeling so lonely and sad, and as if like we had to do it all by ourselves. But actually there are many beings here that are here to help us, evolve, here to help us like get inspired sometimes. Like, you know, sometimes I write poetry. I wake up in the morning and I just have some verses in head and I write them down, and then I start writing without even thinking, and all of a sudden I have a whole poem, and then I read it And that's when I get scared, because not scared, but like inspired and scared at the same time, because it's so deep. I feel so excited, but at the same time I'd be like, ouch, that's the lesson of the day. And then my, like those parts of you that aren't really ready to see the truth sometimes about like your own bullshit, they start getting scared, because it's your ego being scared of dying again. Like when you have some ego deaths sometimes, yeah. So, and I truly believe like those poems, they're not truly just coming from me. They might come from my soul, they might come from angels guiding me, they might come from a higher source, power, anything, but like they're not just, I'm not the one truly writing them down. At least I don't think so, because I'm not thinking of the words that I'm writing down. I'm not thinking of a huge story to lay down, And once I write, I read them, but they're French, so I don't know. You could see them on my Instagram if you want. It's also I.am.dam. But yeah, in case you read French. But yeah, like, so yeah, we're always guided. We're not alone in here. And again, I've went from point A to point Z without realizing it. So yeah, this time I really don't know if I'll post this video. Maybe I'll try to, I don't know how to edit yet, so maybe I'll edit it, maybe not, because actually I feel like it's better when you're just showing the whole thing to the people, so that they know that you're just a human being. Because like, I don't want people to think that I'm just like trying to be like those influencers who like need to be perfect and show just the perfect aspects of everything. I want to be a normal human being that's just doing its thing, and if people want to watch, then so be it. Thank you. If not, that's okay. And I think that just showing the imperfections, the imperfect behind the scenes, might inspire people to just start, as much as I'm trying to inspire myself and motivate myself to like just start and see where it leads me. So yeah, thank you for being here, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.